what's up, everyone? We've got Felipe here from Flat Out Detail in San Diego, California. Thanks so much for being on the show, man. First time ever doing a podcast, so I'm honored that you're here for it.
Thank you so much for having me, dude.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I want to know, just the whole purpose of the podcast is really to try and help people build their businesses. For me, I did a lot of like Google Ads, local stuff. I want to get into what you've done to grow your business, but just first off, just give us a little background about where you come from, when you started your business, all that kind of good stuff.
Well, first of all, it's such an honor and a privilege to be here with you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much for having me. So I'm from Brazil. Mm-hmm. I came to US in 2015.
Okay.
And I always wanted to open this business here. But only in 2022, I decided to go for it.
22. Okay. Gotcha.
22, yeah. And it's been an amazing journey ever since.
And you have employees as well. How many do you have right now? Is it just one?
I do have 2 employees
okay.
and 2 vans right now.
2 vans running. And then you actually took over my old location
exactly
as well. So really cool little story there.
Yeah.
So how's that going for you? So you're doing mostly ceramic coatings and things out of there?
Yes. I'm doing a lot of ceramic coatings, but I'm planning to start doing window tint. And I mean, lots of paint correction as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but it's been amazing, and it's been really busy.
Now with the window tint and trying to bring in other services like that, are you looking to just outsource it, like bringing in a contractor?
Yes.
And yeah, for sure.
I don't want to learn how to do that, and I mean, honestly, it's not for me.
Yeah, your time is better spent other places,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So you started in 22. How much did it start? How much did you invest to get started in your business?
So I invested like $800.
Okay.
To buy everything like equipment, tools, products.
Yep.
Plus $5,000 for the van.
Okay. Yeah.
I bought a 2005 Toyota minivan.
Yep.
Even though I never thought I would have a minivan because I hate minivans. But I mean, it's been a great work vehicle.
For sure. For sure. Is that, you still have that one as well?
I still
so
have
you have
that
that and then you have a...
And then I bought a Ford Transit. The big one.
Yep. Gotcha. Very nice.
Yeah.
So actually, did you have a vehicle that you could have worked out before that?
Nope.
Okay, so you went 100% straight mobile.
Yep.
Cool. So when you first started out, how'd you market your business to start getting clients?
So I started 100% mobile, and my first job was detailing my landlord's car.
Okay.
They loved the results, and they referred me to their friends, and their friends referred me to their friends, and that kept going, and then the demand grew, and but I mean, Instagram has the huge game changer for me.
Really?
It was game changer.
Because you do a lot of, and I really like your content on Instagram. I think you do a fantastic job.
Appreciate it, man.
When you do, the only reason that I haven't done that in the past is, and again, even when I first started on YouTube, is making videos around doing a car completely.
Yep.
And it added so much time because I'm setting up camera angles and everything else.
Yep.
Do you find that as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's so time consuming, but I mean, I have to do that. Today, I would say that 90% of my customers, they come from Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. It's
See, that's awesome, dude. I did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
That's
but
crazy.
I have a photography background.
Okay.
And that helped me a lot.
Sure.
With be creative and angles and everything. But if I do let's say 3-hour detail, it'll take me 4.5 to do all of the takes and everything.
Yeah. But I guess if you just factor that into your marketing time, then who cares, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So do you from all the Instagram stuff, are you promoting posts and things like that, or is it all organic?
All organic.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rad. So I mean, it was funny when I first started on YouTube, I would always just wear a shirt that had my logo on it. Never marketed it. And I had 2 websites. I had the name of the business, and then I had one that was more SEO driven.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that was the one I was more concerned with. The other one would get 800 hits a month, that website. And then after the YouTube channel, I again always had it on and never mentioned anything about it. But it jumped to, I think it was at 10,000 hits a month from that. Yeah, it's crazy, really? Which is good. I mean, it's great, right? Because it drives traffic to the website, makes you rank higher because you get more authority. Yeah. But it was also nationwide, and those weren't where my customers were anyway. Yeah. So, do you find that with Instagram at all?
I mean, I don't know, to be honest, because I mean, we don't have crazy engagement on Instagram.
Okay. But it's it's the exact customer you want.
Exactly. Right now, my wife takes care of all of the online stuff.
Sure.
And right now I'm just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
But yeah, I mean, Instagram is a real game changer for us.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's really cool. Again, did not expect that at all.
Right.
So trying to survive, let's go into that a little bit. So you've been going 22, 23, so 3 years?
Yeah. It'll be 3 years in March.
In March. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Very good. And we're at, what is March? January, February, March. Okay. So just more 2.5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And if you don't mind, where are you at gross numbers
of course.
Of revenue per month?
Right now with the 2 vans and the shop, well, actually our best month was the month that we opened the shop.
Okay.
And we made $28,000.
$28,000.
Yeah. But it usually goes between $20,000 to $30,000.
20 to 30 grand a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
After 2.5 years, after being in the States for 9 years.
Yes.
I mean, that's a pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't even think so for me personally, when I was running my business, I would have one employee I did have 2 employees at one time. I was doing a lot of dealership work too, just to stay busy and keep my employees busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, my biggest months were, I guess they were in that range when I had that, I guess. I'm trying to think, probably more in the 20 to be perfectly honest. I don't think I had anything much higher than that when I was, yeah. And then
with one van.
One van, yeah. One van. Well, no, I take that back. So it would be 2 vans. So one would be out at dealerships working. That would be my employees out there. I'd be out doing my customer base. And then they would help me as well. But if there was
but you
dealership
didn't have
work,
the shop at that time.
No, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, and you've had the shop now at 6 months-ish?
Not even.
Not even, okay.
3 months, actually.
Is that all it's been?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how many coatings would you say you're doing out of there?
Not as much as I would like to.
Sure.
But, well, right now is the slow season.
Yes,
So
of course.
This month, honestly, is being terrible. But I would say around 15 per month.
15. And again, to so many people that'll be watching this wanting to start their own business, they're like, dude, a terrible month of 15 grand is like a dream, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I know, but it is all relative, right? As you grow and grow and grow. And same thing, like I know when we were first talking about you taking the shop and having that added expense of monthly rent that you didn't have before is a scary thing to jump into.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Have you adjusted to that now? Are you getting used to it or?
I am getting used to
No, it's just, every month I got to pay. Yeah, for sure. I obviously for me, it was the same boat where at the beginning I started off just with an office, then upgraded to that shop. Mm-hmm. And that shop was considerably cheaper when I first got it because it was beginning of COVID. Dude, it was, what did I say it was? It was $1,100, $1,200 a month, maybe something like that. It was $1.20 a foot. And
I'm paying more than double right now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So mine, it did go up.
Yeah.
And that was a hard thing because I was like, I was looking into it. I was like, is this legal to raise it that much? And I guess on commercial, it totally is.
Yeah.
But the owners of that place are incredible.
Yeah. They are super nice.
That's who owns this place now too. Just
because, you told me that.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I was looking at other places and it was such a nightmare dealing with all the brokers and stuff. So
especially for us that we wash cars and use water all the time.
You mentioned one thing, they're like, nope.
Exactly.
Yeah. So and there's ways around it, but for sure. Yeah. You did talk about too, like you want to do more coatings and things like that. Have you looked at any other, like outside of Instagram? Are you doing any other marketing?
So we have a company that does all of our ads and everything.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't know much about it.
You don't know about, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
How much is that per month, do you know?
Like $200-$300.
Okay, so it's not, okay, gotcha.
Crazy.
And do you know, like, do you have any idea? Are they running like Google ads or
they are
that kind of thing?
Google ads, Facebook. I think that's it. We don't spend any money on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know where you rent, like if someone's just driving around and searching? That was always my biggest thing is like trying to figure out, okay, if someone's typing into Google for car detailing near me or whatever, where do I rank in that? Do you know where you sit?
He told me that because we just started like 3 months ago.
Okay.
So he told us that in probably 3 to 4 months, we would be like on the first 5.
Okay. Yep.
You know.
Yep.
But I'm not sure. I have to check that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. A lot of those, like, I've been so torn on, like, all those SEO guys. Like, sometimes they would contact me.
Yeah.
And they would say, let us rebuild your site. It's X amount of dollars, and then this amount per month, and then in 4 to 6 months you'll start to see the results. Which I understand, like the Google bots or whatever have to sort through everything and start ranking you differently.
Yeah.
It was so hard, and then I came across this course online that was like, it was a course where they were trying to sell to people to create their own business, and it was basically like you would rank. Like, say you were a plumber, right? Or say you had an idea and you looked at the area and you're like, there's a gap here. Okay. All these other plumbers aren't marketing well. I'm a professional. I can go in there and market to a plumbing to people that need a plumber. And then I'm not a plumber, but as I start getting calls, now I start shopping my. I think that they call it like online real estate or something like that. Shopping it, and then you're just a lead generating source for those. So I bought that course because I was like, well, I don't need it for other people, but I want to know how to do it for myself.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and so that's where I mentioned I had my normal website that was business name, and then the other one is just pure SEO. So it's like it's very targeted with the title and all that.
Okay.
And that's where all my business comes from now. Wow. Like, it really works. So like for that specific area, if you Google it, I'm #1 on the organic results, and I'm also #1 on the map listing.
Wow, that's
so
good to know.
That's
really good.
Yeah.
To know.
So that helps a ton.
Yeah.
I've also heard people use Yelp. I personally hate Yelp.
I hate Yelp. Oh, we tried.
Let's talk about Yelp.
Oh my God, no, let's not.
They're so bad.
They don't deserve our time. No, it's terrible. We spent like we tried Yelp for 3 months.
Okay.
Spending like $300 a month.
Sure.
It came one customer per month, and the customer wanted the car detail like 15 minutes later. It has to be today. They were so cheap, and you know what? That's not for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Go find someone else.
Yep.
So,
absolutely.
No, we don't use Yelp anymore. It's all like Google and Instagram.
Yep.
And now we are receiving a lot of calls from Google. So he's doing something, which I don't know what exactly, but it's working.
Yeah, even with the ads like that you can run. So even though I rank #1 organic and #1 on the map, I still have a budget that goes to Google AdWords just because I don't know how the whole system works.
Yeah.
And it's like, if the person in the #2 spot is also paying them, are they going to put them to #1? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just throw a little money there too, just to keep that, #1 spot, hopefully.
Yeah.
As far as the Instagram stuff goes, like, any recommendations for people? Like, how did you build that? Like, are you constantly engaging with people on there? Are you just doing like, do you do more stories, more reels? Like,
it really depends. I would say that a year ago, I was doing like 2 reels every day.
Okay.
I was posting like crazy. The numbers were great at the time, but then
stay a little close to it. Sorry. No, you're good.
But
just because I'm not sure how these pick up audio yet. Still learning.
But today, my numbers are terrible. I don't know why. Yeah, terrible. Like if you go a year ago, there's some reels with like 50,000 views.
Yeah.
And right now there's like 200.
Really?
Yeah.
Any thought? I know it's so
I
hard,
think
man.
I'm not as constant as I was.
You think that's what it is? It's the consistency of posts that they help.
It doesn't help, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's being possible to post every day. So what I'm doing right now, I'm posting a lot of stories, and then with all of those stories, I edit the stories for reels, for a short, like 30-second reels, and then I post it.
Okay.
But to be honest, it's been probably 2-3 weeks that I don't post anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, have you thought about getting into YouTube side at all? Not so much to have a YouTube channel, right? But I think like, because Google's the largest search engine.
Yeah.
YouTube is owned by Google. They're #2 largest search engine.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, again, the amount of hits I get on my site now because of the channel is silly. But also, you know, you within every YouTube video, even the shorts, there's a whole back end of SEO, the search engine optimization that you can plug in, you know, title, keyword, all that kind of stuff. Like, so you can target San Diego. You could even target like, you know, specific areas of San Diego.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot to be done there. I'm actually going to be testing that more and more and more and more. It's hard with, I just don't want it to be skewed because I already have a following on YouTube. So I want to create a separate one and see what kind of results I get.
Yeah.
And figure out a way to track that, because I think that'd be really helpful to a lot of people.
That's a good idea. We also are on TikTok.
Okay.
But TikTok is different.
Yeah.
Like you have to create different content. It's, I don't know. My wife does the TikTok.
Yep.
And I do the Instagram because she knows better than me with on TikTok.
Same for my wife. Yeah. Oh, just across the board with all this stuff. I'm like,
yeah. But YouTube is a really good idea. And speaking of the channel, I thought about starting a channel, but
so sorry, real quick though. When I was at SEMA, my friend Pan the organizer, right? Yeah. He had told me that he met a guy from Brazil who had, I think it was a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I know Veneto.
Ton of followers, right?
He's huge.
And is he doing it purely in Portuguese?
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
because I'm here, and I'm the only one here doing this. I mean, of course, there's more people, but I could create some content in Portuguese.
Yeah,
since I'm here, you know.
Yeah,
but dude,
and again, we're in San Diego just for getting customers. Yeah. We have a good Brazilian population here, you know, so
a lot of Brazilians.
Yeah.
So
I know it's more time. I know, dude.
More time. And I mean, YouTube, it's, you know, way better than me, but it'll take me 5 years to start like making some money on YouTube, or maybe more. I don't know.
Well, I think no. So, I think, let me try to think.
Because you started your channel in 2009, right?
No. Yes and no. So if you actually look at the original videos, those were a couple videos just to promote the business. Okay. I didn't actually like start making videos until
Got it.
I think it's been 5 years now, maybe 6 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but the way all that stuff works is you can monetize it in different ways. So even if you're not making any money from the ad revenue of videos, you can do stuff like, people always get on me, oh, it's a sponsored video, it's this. It's usually not a sponsored video. Like 99.9% of the time, it's not a sponsored video. If it is, I mention it, and it's usually something like Factor Meals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't do stuff with car brands specifically because I don't want that crossover of like...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but like for me, the first few years, I made way more on Amazon affiliates than on because of YouTube than actually on YouTube. And it was one of those things, like, that's why I really love that platform, because it's like, you don't have to hype up anything that you don't like.
Yeah.
And like a lot of times it was, I mean, like, you know, I talk about foam cannons and stuff all the time. The little orifice that goes inside the foam cannon, it's a $10 item. But if the way Amazon works is the person clicks on the link, I drove the traffic to Amazon. So if they buy that and whatever else they buy, I make commission on.
Yeah.
So it adds up quite a bit. I was making 3 times more on Amazon affiliates than I was from the YouTube ad revenue for the longest time.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So there's and I think I guess, I mean, if you do so, I think that would be the way to go too, because if you're doing it in Portuguese, the ad, like, they usually pay out like a certain amount per 1,000 views.
Yeah.
And I would assume yours would be lower because so much of your audience would be outside of the US.
Yeah. Yep.
So you'd want to look at those other avenues just to build. But yeah, Amazon affiliates is great.
That's really good to know.
Yeah, for sure.
By the way, this guy is the one who taught me pretty much everything I know about car detailing because of his channel.
That's so crazy to me, man.
Sorry, I didn't say that on mic, but
no. Yeah, I mean, we met not last year, but the year before at SEMA.
No,
correct?
last year. It was last year.
Yeah, but not last SEMA. The SEMA before.
Yeah, exactly.
So a bit, but a
2023.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
crazy, dude. And we are mutual friends with Jared from
Yeah.
Carglow.
Yep.
I'm gonna have him on this as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
It should be good to talk with that
He's
guy.
a good dude.
He is, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you just became a new dad.
I did.
So how are you? You look tired right there. It's the best thing ever, but man, it's
Man.
hard, especially when you're trying to balance.
Exactly.
Everything.
You know way better than me because you had two.
I do have two, but now I'm out of it.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
much more, man.
Yeah.
Like so.
I mean, besides the sleep deprivation, is amazing.
Yeah.
But the sleep deprivation is a real challenge.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to. Right now, my wife is my partner.
Yep.
So I started the business as a mobile. I worked a year solo,
Okay.
and then I was so overwhelmed that I convinced her to become my partner.
Gotcha.
So we worked together as a team, like doing details for about 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
And then we decided to hire our first employee, which was a big step for us.
Yeah.
So after the employee, I told her, like, take care of the
The social, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't go with me anymore. You don't have to go to be on the streets with me.
Yeah, especially when we're working in direct sun.
Yeah,
a lot,
yeah,
like
exactly.
on the side of the road
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's hard, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially on the summer.
Yeah, I know. And we complain. Some other, like for other parts of the country, they get super humid.
my
At least
God.
we're not crazy humid.
Yeah,
we get some
No,
humidity,
we have the
but
perfect weather.
Yeah,
to be
for
honest.
sure.
Yeah, but it's hard.
yeah. So you were talking about how with working with
with
her.
the baby.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where. Yeah.
So now she's taking care of so much with the baby that
It's all back on you, kind of for the work.
exactly,
Yeah.
I'm
sure.
doing pretty much everything
Sure.
like the old days. But she's amazing, and she's home with the baby.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Oh my God,
I know. I know.
a lot. And
Yeah.
I mean, all I do pretty much it's changing diapers during the night. But she's breastfeeding. She's with the baby all day, so she works way more than me.
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure. That's what, I remember when the first one, my first daughter. Oh man, it was a long time ago, and I'm gonna say this, and if my wife watches this, she might be like, "What are you talking about?" But I think it was pretty 50-50. Obviously not breastfeeding and stuff, but the second one, when the second one came around,
Yeah.
it was me 100% with my oldest, because the younger one,
yeah.
dude, she didn't like me till she was like 3.
Really?
It was insane. Like my wife be just completely like done. I'm like, here, give her to me. Like trying to help. And she just makes it 10 times worse. I'm like, I can't help. Like
is that?
I have no idea, dude. She hated me. Now we're like best buddies. It's
course,
great. But yeah, man, the first couple of years, I was like, this kid does not like me. It was pretty funny. I don't know if it's because I was always with her sister,
Yeah.
But yeah, she only wanted mom.
Hopefully that won't happen with me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was insane.
But our plan is to have another one in probably a year.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so keep them.
Then we're done.
And then you're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you want to, because you have a son. Are you hoping for another boy or a boy or girl? You don't care.
A boy or girl would be great, but I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, as long as they're healthy, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
So let's go back to when you were starting your business.
Yeah.
So you were solo for a year. When you did bring on that first employee, how did you manage that? Did you just have him come along with you, or did you get another vehicle?
At first, we were doing everything together.
Okay.
After a month, I would say, I let him do
Go and just do some. Okay.
Go. And I didn't say anything to him, but I was always there at the end.
Yep.
Like, just let me know when you're about to be done, and I was there.
Yep.
To check everything, see, if he did a good job.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's your reputation.
Exactly.
Reputation.
Reputation, yeah.
You say you're the man with bad English, shit.
Well, but yeah, and then he stayed with me for a year,
Okay.
so it was a long time.
And again, and he was out doing his own though.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And did you already? So you got a secondary van. You were out doing jobs as well.
So no, so then the business started growing. We decided to move to another house because we used to live in Pacific Beach.
Yeah.
Super tiny place. We moved to Claremont because I needed a garage.
Same for me. I went. PB,
Oh, you did the same?
PB Bay Park.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
Claremont.
super
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's such a nice area.
It is. It's great. Yeah.
And so we found a place with a nice garage,
Yep.
and I made that garage my shop.
Gotcha.
But I mean, it helped me a lot.
Yep.
For a few months, but it wasn't that professional, I would say.
Got it.
So at that time, he was doing everything like mobile.
Yep.
And I was trying to focus there, doing ceramic coatings and everything.
Yep.
But then the shop started to get very busy. And I always
So
had
your garage side.
my garage.
Gotcha, okay.
And I always had a really nice relationship with my neighbors.
Yep.
But
It started getting too much.
yeah, there was some days that I was like putting 4 cars around the house. And I was like, dude, this is not going to work.
Right.
I'm not right. I mean, technically, I cannot do this. So let's find a shop. And
Yep.
then a YouTuber that I follow posted a
So I'm
video
moving
like,
out.
it was meant to be.
Yeah, definitely. That was
Yeah.
great. So, okay, so that's really why I wanted to get to with that is when you brought the employee on, you basically the customer base that you had, you let him start managing, and you focused on building.
Yeah.
So okay, that's how I did it as well. I think that's the best way to approach it. Is you created that business. You give it away. Obviously, you're managing it and making money from that.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of starting from square one and trying to rebuild new customer base and all that. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So where do you want to see your business go to?
I mean, that's a really good question.
An exit strategy, right? Because like it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Now having the shop and having that controlled area doing work like that, I feel like you can. A lot of people talk about, oh, you can't detail forever. It's like I don't know, man. I
cannot.
You cannot? No,
I cannot.
I mean, I see landscapers, older gentlemen landscape, like that's brutal work too.
Oh, yeah, it is. But
So, like,
I don't think they have choice.
That's fair. That's
Right?
very fair. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, my goal is to manage the business.
Good. Yeah.
Not that I don't like.
Yeah.
But I
for
mean,
sure, it's just
I
it's a
feel
smart
old,
choice.
man. Yeah. I mean, my back hurts. So
I know.
I don't mind doing like once in a while, but I don't want to do 3 cars every day.
Yeah, sure.
So I was talking to my employee yesterday. The goal is to maybe buy another van.
Okay.
Have 3 vans, 3 employees, mobile, and take my best employee to the shop.
Gotcha.
So he can do everything in the shop.
Yep.
And I can just manage.
And then still sub in some window tint and things like that.
Yeah.
What's your service range right now? How far do you guys go?
We go like 30 miles range.
30 miles.
5.
So like
sometimes.
I know people watching may not know, but like down to like San Diego area, like the downtown area, and then how far north?
No, we go like to Chula Vista.
Oh, you'll go. Okay.
Yeah, we go to Chula Vista and then Oceanside.
Okay. Yeah. So it's
And
everywhere.
Inland.
Pretty much
What? I don't know inland.
inland, like I mean Escondido. Down to basically the 15.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And sometimes we charge a distance fee.
Yeah?
If it's like Ramona.
Sure.
Sometimes we go, but not always.
Yeah, Ramona gets like certain sections of it, especially.
Yeah.
It's quite far. Like certain sections, you're like, man, I have one customer out there. Awesome people. I've done their cars for a long time. The husband loves race cars. Like builds like crazy race cars. His current one, I guess they call it a funny car. I'm not super good, but it's a 4,000 horsepower.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Is it turbo?
It's no, it's got a giant blower on it. I guess it's supercharged. A giant. I don't know. I'm not on the mechanical side.
Never seen anything
It's
like
insane.
that.
It's
my
insane.
God.
Yeah, it's. He was telling me, man, what is it? He said every run he goes through 10 gallons of gas, something like that. But he uses the gas is cheaper. He uses like pure, whatever. It's not a racing fuel. It's like I can't remember what it is, but But yeah, I go, how much does it hold? Because I think he said it's like 8 gallons or whatever every time he runs. And I go, how much does the car hold? He goes, 10 gallons. He goes, I ran out of gas on the track before. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah, super nice people though. But again, like I go out there and clean their cars all the time.
Yeah.
They're big. They have like the new Corvettes and stuff like that.
Yep.
But they live off a dirt road. You know, so like they love their cars clean, but then
And they
drive,
really
they're
need
like,
you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Every time they go anywhere, they're like, "Hey, can you come back out?"
That's good.
Yeah.
Easy.
So
Today we detailed the new Revuelto.
Oh, you
the
did?
Lambo, yeah. Dude, that thing is sick.
was that so? What's marketing your business? You still work with Fastlane?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Fastlane, for people to know, it's a car club / social club kind of thing.
Yes, it is. I think right now they're the largest car club in the world.
Gotcha.
They are giant.
Yeah.
And
They started here, right?
they started here.
Is the guy Brazilian?
No, the owner
where's he
is
from?
is from France.
From France. Okay.
Yeah, such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Clem. Thank you for everything. He's super nice, and he owns the Revuelto.
Okay, nice.
His garage is like Porsche 911 Turbo S, Revuelto, and a 296 GTB, all black.
Ooh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So they started here.
Here in San Diego.
And then they've grown. They have like
Exactly.
Okay.
Now they have like a lot of chapters. I think it's like 26 different places.
How does that work? Do they can they rent within each other? Like, can other people use his Revuelto, or no? It's just like everyone kind of has their own car and they go to the events.
That's
and
a
stuff
good
together.
question. I think there's some events that they can rent.
Okay.
Like, for example, a member lives in San Diego, but since he's a member, he can go to everywhere.
There are other locations.
They are in Monaco, for example. So he can
Gotcha.
go to Monaco and rent a car in Monaco.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I'm not part of our fast lane because I don't have a car yet. But I will be one day.
What do you want to get?
Turbo S is my dream.
Turbo
car.
S, yeah.
I love that car, man. I was talking to him today because last year I asked him to get one of his cars to do a photo shoot.
Yeah.
When I got to his place, he gave me the 296 key.
You're like, hey,
And
can
I was
actually-
like,
can
exactly. I was, I'm gonna drive the Ferrari, and he was, you're not gonna happy. You're gonna drive the 296. And, oh, I am, but I wanted to drive the Turbo S. That's my dream car. I love that car.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. It's like fancy. It's not too like crazy.
Too over the top. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
And like almost 700 horsepower. I love
And I've been back and forth on those or the GT cars. Like the GT Touring is another because that one's kind of low key.
Yeah.
As well. But yeah, all those cars are just they're so good.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I would be happy with your car.
Yeah, for sure. yeah.
They wouldn't accept me
Right.
on Fastlane,
Yeah.
but I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I did what was it? It was like I don't think it was a Make-A-Wish, but it was there was some poor kid had some serious health issues, and what's the place off Miramar that has the store the Vault?
Oh yeah.
So the Vault is a giant
Kind of
car
like a
storage
hotel, right?
for cars.
Yeah, for cars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the people can, pay a monthly fee, they
Yeah.
leave it there, and then they can go to events there and stuff. It's a cool spot.
Yeah.
But they put one together, and anyways, I was gonna bring my car. My old neighbor, your new neighbor now.
Yeah.
Instead, we took his R8 and went down there, and I don't know where I was going with that. There was other cars there that we saw, and he's like, "Oh, I guess your car would have been fine for that." He thought it was, proper supercars only. So
There's a lot of nice cars there.
yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure. What's the most expensive thing you've worked on? Is it that Revuelto now, or
I think so.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's worth almost $1 million.
let's? It's not even worth looking up because it's one of those cars you see the MSRP, okay, cool, but it's like
Yeah, exactly.
you can't get one.
Yeah.
And then it's like a GT3 RS. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, 300, 250, 300 sticker.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they're actually 500.
He was telling me about the Turbo S. He bought it like 3 years ago.
Okay.
He paid, well, I don't know if I should say that, right? I mean, it's okay. He paid like $240,000. 3 years later, the
That's
car,
worth more.
it's crazy, dude.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's really insane.
Yeah.
I had a customer, awesome dude, best customer ever. He lived in Coronado, super nice guy, he loves Porsche, right? He had, when I first met him, that's how long I've been doing this. I met him and he had a Jeep Wrangler, and I would go do his Jeep Wrangler. Mm-hmm. And they live up north, but they had a vacation home in Coronado.
Okay.
And then business took off for him, I guess, and he just started buying Porsche like all the time. So he had a GT3 Touring, Then he had an RS, and I think his wife drove like a Range Rover or something, right? And then I would go like every 3 months, and then like I would go and like, this was chalk last time. Now it's shark blue. I'm like, what the? He goes, yeah, I got rid of that one. I got this one. I'm like always changing. And then he got an allocation for the brand new GT3 RS, which I never got to touch because he moved to Arizona. But he would meet me at like Cars and Coffee in Rancho Santa Fe and stuff. Yeah. And he'd be like, Josh, you want to drive? So he had his GT3 RS, not the brand new 992, but the one before. I was all, yeah, let's go. So he's like, let's be fired up. We're going to get on the freeway. He's like, don't shift till you hit 9,000 RPM. I was like, okay, so sick, dude. Just, it's a rocket, right? Incredible car. Yeah. And then his wife got rid of the Range Rover, and they got a Cayenne Turbo GT. And that stupid thing, yes, dude.
It is, yes.
So fast. It was incredible. He had me drive that too, and you get on it and you feel like the car like sink down and grip. I mean, it handled like my Cayman. Yeah, but it's way faster and you can fit the family.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. If I could like choose one car today, I would choose the RS6.
Yes,
I love that car.
Agree. Yep.
I love that car so much. It looks so good, and I mean, it's super powerful, and you can fit everything you want.
Yep, that's 100%. That's the car. Dude, one of my customers here moved to Utah, bought that out in Utah. I said, hey, can you come out and ceramic coat the car? So I went out, and he's cool. He has a bunch of like vacation rentals and stuff out there. So he let me stay there. We stayed for a week with the family, and the vacation rental had a garage attached, so I just did it there. It was great. But yeah, that car's so rad. Yeah. You don't see them that often either.
No.
Still.
Yeah.
How many have you done? Have you been able to play with those a little?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, such a cool car.
I know. My wife asked me like 2 weeks ago, what do you like the most in your work?
Yeah.
And I told her, driving my customer cars.
Yeah.
That's what I really like.
So now that you have the shop, are you doing pickup and drop off for them?
That's all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. And then do you have a shop vehicle that you leave at your customers, or?
I used to have a motorcycle.
Gotcha. You just pick up and back. Yeah.
I sold the motorcycle, so now it's being hard. She's dropping me off, picking me up.
Yep.
Now with the baby, it's being possible. So I'm just Uber.
You're just Ubering. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Did you get rid of the bike because of the baby?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Actually, it's weird. I'm weird because I buy a bike. The winter comes, I sell the bike.
Gotcha.
It's always like that, and I always regret it because, dude, what did I do?
I'm just gonna have to buy another one in spring.
Yeah, so probably I'm gonna buy another one, especially because the traffic when I'm on my way home, like
Yep.
It doesn't matter the time, to be honest.
Nope.
It's terrible.
I'm trying to think what I used to do. I used to go down past UTC to Genesee, and then cross over that. But still, it was terrible too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's 30 minutes.
No one knows what
we're talking about. But I mean, it's 30 minutes, and I'm from São Paulo, which is the biggest city in Brazil.
Yep.
I used to take like 2.5 hours to get anywhere.
Just because, not even distance, it's just that much traffic.
No, it was like 3 miles.
No way.
1.5 hours. Oh my God. It was ridiculous. That's why I left my country. Yeah, it was pretty much because of that. I was like stuck in traffic, and I was like, okay, if I stay here, I'm gonna spend probably 4 or 5 years stuck
in the car.
In a car. That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to California.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, I know. And as bad as the traffic is here, it's nothing compared to that.
Nothing. Because I take like 13 minutes to go to the shop.
Yep.
And on my way back, I take 30, 33.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, not so bad.
Yeah.
Gosh, dude. Yeah, that I never realized that. I mean, I guess it's the giant city there, but still, I never realized that it was that crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Like the whole state of São Paulo, there's 20 million people, I think. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I hate my city. I mean, I love when we go on vacation.
Sure.
But I don't like my city. But really? Brazil is such a nice place to visit.
Sure. That was another thing when we were talking about it before. Is like I was. Do you go back? I didn't realize how long the flight was.
It takes forever.
For me, like I was thinking like, I mean, it makes sense. When I used to go to Puerto Escondido in Mexico all the time. I mean, and that's not even, that's maybe maybe a third of the way.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So it's trek.
Yeah, it's super exhausting, but I mean, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe buy a private jet.
Got to get might need more than 3 employees.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Man. So that's great, dude. So 2.5 years in, up to $28,000 a month.
Yep.
Let's talk about structure for your employees, because I think that'll be beneficial to a lot of people. That even for me, like I've never been able to figure out the employee thing. I've had employees, and for me it was always more of a headache than it was worth, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. Right. So how do you deal with that? And I guess it's just, you talk to some people and they say, man, hiring employees was the best thing I ever did. And I guess it is just the people you find.
In some way, yes.
At the same time, too, I take a lot of accountability on myself. It's like, well, if they're not a good employee, it's because I'm not training them properly or managing them properly. Yeah. And so I always think like, oh, maybe I could do it again. I'll try again. And then I finally come to the realization, it's like, it's not for me. Like there's other ways for me to do it.
Yeah. It's really hard.
Yeah.
You have to find someone that really first of all, likes cars.
Right.
But you have to understand that they will never do the work that
you're going to do. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, you have to accept that. But if you want to scale,
there's only one way. Yeah, for sure. So you know that they're not going to do the same level of work that you're going to do. Yeah. Right. Which, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, how was that transition for you when you handed those customers over to an employee to do the work? I think that's a misconception for a lot of people, especially with like in the YouTube world, because so many people are just enthusiasts about detailing and are very, like particular about it. Mm-hmm. On the professional side, so many times, like, I don't know how many times, man, like I can do a customer's car and I'll go above and beyond and do like, especially, I don't know, like say it's a customer I've had for a very long time and the car's been in good shape and mm-hmm. I've always recommended, hey, we could do it. It's just a maintenance client or something like that. And I would say, hey, we should polish this thing out, get it looking right. They're like, no, don't worry about it. And one day, like it'll be around this holiday season and I just do it for them. And they don't even recognize it. So like, I think people have to realize that a lot of times the customer does not, this is what we do, right? They don't see what we see.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and again, but it is like you said, you were always, especially when you had the employee going out on their own, you were there to put your eyes on it before.
I still do that sometimes.
You still do? Yeah.
But honestly, if I go, I will be angry. I will see something, So just let it be, like, you know what, it's okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, we still have only 5-star reviews on Google. That's really good, but I know it's a matter of time.
Before you get some bad ones?
Yeah. We got 1-star review one time that a customer called us and my wife answered the phone mm-hmm. and he was asking about ceramic coating.
Okay.
She tried to explain to him, all the process.
Yep.
And he was like, no, I don't want that. I just want the car coated because I just bought a new car. Yep. You don't have to do anything. Well, he hung up and he gave us a 1-star review. I was so pissed. I called the guy. Yes. She was like, don't do that. No, it's okay. I'm going to call that. So I called the guy and I was, hey, this is Felipe with Flat Out Detailing. How are you, sir? Yeah, it's okay, but your wife was pretty rude with me. And she was just trying to explain the whole process.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want that. Okay, sir, you don't want that? We can do whatever you want. What do you want? I just want my car coated. Okay, let's do it. No problem. But you're going to remove that review. Yeah, okay, I can do that. So we booked his car for like 3 days.
Okay.
2 days later, he called me. Hey, I'm going to have to cancel. I'm sorry. And I was, yes, he canceled. I was so happy because I knew.
Don't want to deal with this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's some customers that you don't.
Yeah, we don't want to do it.
In the beginning, man, it's I always talk about this. When I first started, I was advertising on Craigslist.
Yeah.
And
wow. Really?
Yeah. I know, dude. I started when I was 20. I guess, officially 21.
Wow,
Yeah.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and when I first started, like I went heavy into it right away, and then I was still young, right? So, and I still had my dreams of surfing more and all that kind of stuff. So I got an opportunity to go to the Caribbean and work with my buddy. So I was doing sales for, reef sandals and Dakine.
Oh,
So I'd go to the Caribbean for a month, come back for 3 months,
yeah.
run my detail business, go to the Caribbean for a month, back and forth, back and forth. It was a nice supplemental deal.
Oh, yeah.
Until I got my first like big client. And then I had to make a choice. I was like, okay, what am I, where am I at? So
Sure.
Do most of your reviews are on what? Google or Google? Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
And right now we have a little more than 170.
Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And thank God the guy removed the review. He did.
Yep.
So we still have only 5-star review.
So that was my thing in the beginning when Yelp first came out. I was I don't know. I was getting some reviews there, and then, okay, yeah, we never talked about Yelp. Let's talk about Yelp. So I was building reviews, and then they called to have me advertise with them. And I was like, no, because there's the free platform too, right? You can just have your business listed on there and get reviews. So I said no. I probably had like 15 reviews at the time.
On Yelp?
Yes. Say no. I don't know if it's next day, but like shortly after, like 4 reviews, the rest are filtered. So
I know. It happened the same thing with me.
Dude.
I was like, are you guys kidding me?
That's like, and like I've seen so many like class action lawsuits against them, and I guess they win them all because technically it's a private platform. They own it. They don't have to. It's completely lame. Like it's the worst business I can imagine. But yeah. So I was, it's funny. I one of my last employees, I helped him go solo because I told him I was like, dude, it's not even worth my time.
Yeah.
Like I love you, but go on your own. And he's been advertising on Yelp and staying really busy.
I had the same situation. I have a really good friend. I helped him to start his business. Yeah. And he only does Yelp, but he's always complaining. Dude, they are so cheap. They want the car, like they call me and they want me to be there in 15 minutes.
I should have been there already.
Yeah. So that's not what I want, but he doesn't do anything else besides Yelp.
Oh, really? He hasn't tried to get outside of that. No. He's just still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how if my guy's having the same issue with that. Probably. It seems like that's a pretty consistent thing with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, especially in the beginning, it was like I had friends that had different businesses, and they would tell me like it's almost a necessary evil. Like, yeah, they're terrible, but I am getting business from it.
Yes, exactly.
But
thank God I didn't need them.
Yeah. Oh, and that's where I was going with it was the reviews. Someone I think someone had given me a bad review on there for something. I don't remember what. And with Yelp, you could contact, them and I was like,
you can?
Well, you can, like, I had a representative.
Oh, okay,
for the ads. They wouldn't remove the bad review. But,
yeah.
And they were saying, like, and it's actually, like, respond to them professionally. It's kind of a good thing to be able to, like, show, like, oh, you're professional about it. They didn't like their experience. You come back.
Oh, yeah.
Be the bigger person in the situation.
Yeah.
And, they're saying that. But I don't know. Yeah, Yelp's the worst.
Yeah, they still, like, try to
still calling
push
you?
me thing. Yes.
Yeah.
All the time. They call me every week, and I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Now they have my wife's phone, thank God.
Do you remember gosh, what was it called? There was one called Living Social, and the other one was oh man, what was the other one? Living Social, I think, was local to San Diego, and then the other one was
never heard about it.
It was it was a deal where like you would buy like the offer. Here's the structure of what they wanted. Say you're gonna offer just easy numbers, right? Detail $100.
Yeah.
And they want the listing to be at least 50% off. So now it's $50. They take 50%. So now you're doing $25.
What?
Yeah, dude. And people but when it first came out, everyone was buying through that. It was insane. They were like, yeah, you should do that. I'm like, and their whole pitch is like, well, a lot of times, people will buy the gift certificate. It's, so $25 or $100 is what you're getting paid.
Yeah.
So a lot of people buy it, but then they don't use it. So it really averages out to be more. I'm like, I go, and they go, yeah, then you get more customers in your base. I go, I don't want the customer that's expecting 50% off, because next time they're not gonna go through me. They're just gonna find somebody else that's 50% off.
That doesn't make any sense
at all. Yeah, so I think I made that not with them, but when I first started, there was also a local magazine called Get One Free.
Okay.
I think it still comes around, right?
Yeah.
So, and where you could advertise, like, it was back in the day, so I'd be like, buy a car detail, get a free paint sealant or whatever kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the deeper discount, the more likely you get calls, all that kind of stuff. So, but anyways, on the business structure side for you, when you like accepting payments and things like that, what are you using for that? Scheduling, all that kind of good stuff.
We use a specific app for car detailing called You're Able.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It works good. It's easy to do everything. It's I think $130 a month.
Okay.
And we communicate with clients, everything through the app.
Now, are you able to take pictures of the car beforehand or anything?
No, I don't.
To document it. I think there's one that you can't. I never use. I always used one called Pocket Suite.
I know.
Yeah. So, and that one's cheap.
Cheaper than
it's like $30 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so they're really good about it too. I still use them today because when you sign up with them, you get a free number.
Yeah.
Right. So you can communicate through the app and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, all my SEO is built to that number. If I change the number, it's going to mess up my ranking. So it's like I'm in with you guys. You know,
for sure. Yeah.
But that's a great thing too. And I was going to ask you about tipping. How often do you get tips?
Pretty often. My employees, they get tips all the time.
Yep.
They are very like, how can I say that? Like customer will pay through credit card.
Yeah.
He always, you can tip. Like, here's the option of tipping.
That's what I was going to ask. That's
they're very like, and dude, don't do that. Like, try to be more, polite.
Right.
And dude, I have to get tip.
That
makes total difference.
That's why I like Pocket Suite, because it's like, and I really like that too, because like with me, it's like I'll go to the customer's house, appointment scheduled, everything. It lets them know when I'm coming. At the end of the job, they'll be like, "Oh, here's my credit card." I'm like, I'll just shoot you the invoice, and you can check. It'll just do right on there, so you don't even have to give me your card or anything.
Yeah.
And but it prompts if you'd like to add a tip, and I mean, 95% of people tip, and it's 20% typically of a big big number anyway.
It's usually 20%.
Yeah, it's freaking great.
Yeah,
it's really great. I think a lot of people also don't kind of take that into account. What's your go-to ceramic that you like?
I really like Crystal Serum Light.
Yeah,
I really like that
great
product.
coating. Yep.
If I use the topper, I use the EXO.
Okay.
Have you tried the Car Glow one, the Jared's one?
No, I haven't yet.
It's pretty good.
What, his spray one?
Yeah.
I haven't yet.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
I sell a lot of those.
Beautiful.
Because I think it's $70, and you can do like 10 cars. So it's pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
But my go-to is usually the Crystal Serum.
Okay, gotcha.
I really like that.
Yeah, there's so many good coatings out now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's really, really silly. Well, I just did that 3 side-by-side one on the Kia Telluride, and I get a lot of comments because I haven't mentioned anything about Crystal Serum Light, but that was always my go-to as well. I love that stuff's fantastic.
I want to try pens.
It's great. I mean, I only did the 3 years so far.
Yeah.
And I've heard the 8 years great, but the 3 years so far is, I mean, again, it's only been on for 2 months.
Yeah.
So fair enough. But application's easy. It's super slick. The water beading looked really good.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. But and then like the Cerakote one at the price is performing super well too. And that's the only thing like with Crystal Serum Light is once I started using Geon Mo's. I like the sweating.
Yeah.
Personally better than the rainbow.
I prefer the sweating as well.
And because Crystal Serum Light's a rainbow though, right?
Nope. Sweating.
Crystal Serum Light's sweat?
Mm-hmm. Very.
It's been so long since I used it, I guess. Yeah. No,
that's why I like it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
I prefer.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Because with the Geon coatings, Pure, I think is the
Pure
other one.
is the rainbow.
That's rainbow. Yeah. It's great, but if I have a choice, I'm going rainbowing 100%.
Yeah. In the beginning, I was trying a lot of coatings.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no reason to have so many options.
Have you thought about, so just to help try and push the value of your coatings, looking at, because like especially if you go with the certification route, there are certain coatings that will show up on a Carfax.
And not if you have your able. With my app, the app that I use, they go to Carfax.
So even with like a Crystal Serum Light?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It's pretty new. It's been like 2 months.
Now, do they?
You just have to put the VIN number on the app, and you're gonna choose, of course, ceramic coating. It goes straight
and then it
to
shows the price that they paid. So if they get in an accident and need it recoated, it shows that. Wow, that's a cool feature. Yeah. That's a very cool feature.
Yeah, and it was pretty easy to start doing that because it's, like I said, it's pretty new. I just had to add the VIN number of 3 cars, I believe.
Okay.
And then started like doing by itself.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's a good point. So that's Eurable?
You're able, yeah.
You're able, okay.
Yeah.
And that's, you're paying 130-ish?
Yeah, I believe it's 130.
And but that's also so that you can, like, do your employees have access into that?
They do, but not full
Not
access.
full.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's different as well then, because the Pocket Suite that I use, it's levels. So right now I'm at like $30 a month. But when I had employees, it was at least 60, and then I think you could go up from there as well. Mm-hmm. So that makes it much more of a that makes sense.
Yeah. But before that, I was I was certified from Systemax.
Systemax, gotcha. Yep.
It was so expensive. I mean,
still, yeah, I know.
For the 30 mil or 50 mil, I don't remember. It was like double of any other coatings. So
I've never used their stuff. How'd you like it? Like in comparison to this Crystal Serum Light?
I prefer Crystal Serum Light.
So application much easier.
Yeah.
And then you're seeing the cars still after that. Like longevity, are you seeing any difference in performance really between the two? Or
no, not really. No, I mean, to be honest, I didn't do much of the
when you were doing Systemax
of the Systemax, but the Crystal Serum, like I have a lot of customers that I go every month do their car as a maintenance.
Yep.
And it's
performing perfect. Yeah.
After like 2 and a half years.
Yep. So, no, that's a good. Yeah, I've been using a lot of. For a while there, I was using Crystal Serum Light. Switched over to Geon Mose.
Yeah.
And Geon Mose, I think, is rated at a 3-year versus the Crystal Serum Light's at 5-year. Yeah. But again.
Yeah, but I always sell Crystal Serum Light as a 3-year coating.
Oh, you do? Okay, yes. Gotcha. Yeah,
just to make sure
safe there.
Yeah, exactly, because of the weather and everything.
Yep.
So I prefer to do that.
Yeah, that's a great way to approach it. Yeah. So Mose, I've been using that a lot.
I tried Mose one time. It's pretty good as well.
Yeah. I don't know. With Crystal Serum Light, I don't remember. I have to use it again. I'll have to use it again and try it out. Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
It's a great coating. Yeah. And then what do you do for like wheels and stuff? Do you use the
Deluxe?
Yeah.
Deluxe.
Oh, you use CarPro for that? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
like it.
Yeah,
because you can use for wheels and trims, right? Plastic trims.
Yep.
So
have you? I see you have quick jacks in your shop as well.
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Are those Andrews?
Yes.
So those are mine.
Yes, exactly. He told me, and he said you can take it. Yeah. I mean, just leave it here. When I need, I'll ask you because you're gonna need it more.
Yeah, you'll use it way more often.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
That thing is life changing.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
You love it.
Did you see the video?
I did. The recent was it a BMW?
It was an M4.
It was M4, yeah.
Oh my God! I just have to buy the wrench, the air tool. You know the.
Oh, so you can just
Yeah, because I was like.
No.
To remove the wheels.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So an impact wrench. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
But I love that thing. So much. But it's not mine.
It's for the most part, it will be. So I give.
Now it's my Andrew.
Yeah. When I moved out, I was like, dude, I think I texted him. I was like, hey, dude, do you want a set of quick jacks? Like, I don't use them that often. I'd rather just, and then that way, if I need them, I know where they are. If I need to borrow them for a day, he's like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. So I'm glad they're getting used.
Oh yeah, and he said, you want to use it, and I was, let's wait. When I have a car specifically, I'm gonna tell you. So we moved that thing to my shop. That thing is heavy.
They're super heavy.
Heavy.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my God, that's a good workout. So it was a Cayenne that I was gonna do a ceramic coating. It didn't fit.
Is it too long?
The Cayenne was too long.
Gotcha.
And I was, oh my God, really? Okay, let's take it back. Next day, the M4 came in. And I was, let's put it back there.
Yeah. They sell, you should look into it. They sell a wall mount. It's just like a little hook thing. You can hook it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not on that wall.
Not on that one. That's a great point. That shop, the old shop that I was in, that you're in now, yeah, it's insane.
Dude, you do this, you're gonna.
You see it flex. You see it absolutely flex. Yeah, it's insane. And just an update for all of you guys: when I mounted the Big Boy Washer Pro on my wall, I got roasted on the big time for this because I just used these heavy duty drywall studs, right? But everyone's like, oh, you can't do that with the weight and the vibration and the water. It's holding absolutely strong, and now there's even more weight onto it. I mean, you can it's.
I saw it. It's pretty firm.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Yeah, one person commented, and he was a contractor. He's like, nope. He goes, those things are perfect. Yeah, like good choice on the anchor.
I used the same thing you did.
Those anchors, yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah,
just for the
reel. Gotcha. I'm trying to think like hose reels. Let's talk polishers. So you're using a Rupes.
Yes.
And you have like the PXE80 or whatever, right?
Okay, the Flex 3-inch. It turns. You can switch for a 1-inch, right?
Yep.
I used to have the 3-inch Rupes cordless.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Oh, that handle.
Exactly.
You didn't like it
I didn't
personally.
Like it, yeah. So I upgraded for the Flex, but the 15 what? 15.
The 15 millimeter throw.
Yeah. I really like that machine.
Yep. Yeah, we were talking about this before off, and both of us don't use a 21. And
for some reason.
Yeah, so I was watching the podcast that Ivan LaCroix did, and he was talking about the 21 because they offer through DIY Detail, they offer a 25 or 7 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's huge, huge throw. And then when he was explaining why, and even if in my head it was always like where okay on the larger throws it's going to stall, and he was mentioning how even if it stalls it's still more effective because it's even though it's not doing the full rotation, it's still shimmying and doing its thing.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, so it just opened my eyes to trying it out more. I definitely want to get a 21 for sure.
Now I want to try the 21.
Yeah, definitely. And
how'd you like their brand? Because the battery.
So I mean, when I first saw that, I said, "What the heck?"
Yeah, right. It looks weird.
It looks weird. Yeah, and it was like their like SEMA prep video or whatever. And I was like, "That's strange."
Yeah.
Then I thought about it. I was like, "Okay, I get the idea for the balance."
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Yeah, and I did use it at SEMA, and it felt great.
Really.
The only downside for me is a lot when I'm in between panels, I put the machine down on its back. And we wouldn't be able to do that with that. So I guess, but if you're in a shop situation like my carts have the holders, then it won't be an issue. So I'm excited to test it out more. I don't remember what size throw that had. I wonder if it's I don't know. We'll have to look into that and see. It was cool. I was talking to him about the battery because I was like, who's making the battery? Like really,
Yeah.
That was my thing with the Rupes too. I just didn't like they don't make batteries.
Yeah.
So where's all that coming from? But he said with the DIY Detail one, they have their own battery.
Yeah.
But the platform for it is Makita. They're like an open source, so you could just go buy Makita batteries.
Brand.
Yeah. So I like
cool.
that. Yeah. He said everyone else was like, you have to pay to get into their ecosystem for it. He said Makita was open source. So I thought that was really cool. Like knowing, and especially if you're already like, I use a lot of Milwaukee now, but if I was a Makita guy, dude, the DIY Detail polisher maybe my go-to because I already have their batteries,
Exactly.
Let's talk about this really quickly. I get that question a lot from people is like, and I just would like to hear your opinion on it. And it's hard because both of us aren't in those situations. Like same thing, like a lot of people are like, hey, how do I get the salt from snow out of my carpet? I'm like, I don't know. I've never.
That's a great question.
No idea. Yeah. So, but like for people that are in a more like we're in San Diego prime area for this, right?
Yeah.
For someone that's not, man. I mean, I would say like to market your business in those areas, targeted search, ads and things like that with Google. But the Instagram thing may be a gold mine for that.
I mean, for me, if I have a tip, 100% Instagram. Like
really
100%.
See, I never dove into that. So that is an awesome piece of advice.
Yeah. but you have to be really...
You got to be on top of it. Yeah,
Exactly.
consistent.
Consistency is the word.
Did you ever see like a certain type of content work better for you than others? Or is it like because a lot of guys will just strictly show before and after.
Yeah.
And I notice yours isn't always like that. I seen your tap to detail. I like that a lot. Yeah. But a lot of times it's just filming the car, kind of couple cool different angles.
Yeah. To be honest, what was that?
Something fell. I don't know. I wasn't sure when I first got this place if it was haunted. Like sometimes I'm here late at night. I'm like, what was that noise, dude? So I don't know what that was. Something fell.
We're not alone.
We both heard that. It's nice to know it's not just me. You know, when you're by yourself, you're like, crazy. Did I hear that? Oh man. Crap. Now I totally forgot what we were saying.
Oh no, I remember. Okay, we were talking about the
types of content. Yeah.
Before and after is always good.
Yeah.
But I was doing a lot of interior videos, and that goes really good.
Really?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, it's pretty satisfying.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
for sure.
The brushes on the steering wheel and everything.
So, are you actually doing this? So, like, I know visually it's super appealing, but it's also much faster to take a Scrub Ninja or something like that and just bam, hit it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you do that more so for the visual effects side.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I have a mic.
You do?
Yes. If you see, like when I'm washing the car, the tripod is so far away.
Yeah.
You can hear the foam like.
Yeah. So what microphone do you use?
It's a.
Is it just like a little lapel mic type of thing?
No, it's a shotgun.
It is.
Yes,
From how far out?
Rode.
It's a Rode shotgun, and it's mounted on the camera that far away.
On my phone.
It was at a distance, and it's still picking it up.
Yeah, it's the same cable, like the charging cable. You plug on the mic, right on the side of the tripod. It works phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's great because I know having that extra, the audible side of it is a big thing for sure.
But that's for stories, right? When I post reels, I always use some music and I mute the
actual word.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha. And it seems like the reasoning behind that is because, like, if a certain song is trending,
exactly,
they push.
Sometimes I use the song, it doesn't work, but I use the song. I turn the volume down.
I do that.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, huh?
No, not really.
I was testing that out. Yeah, I know. That's the thing, right? Yeah. Just keep testing stuff. Keep testing stuff. Did you have any other businesses that you did before this?
No.
Okay,
First
gotcha.
Business. First ever.
Gotcha. And did you ever get into like dealership stuff or anything like that, or do you?
I didn't want to.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they don't pay.
Yeah.
Like the only good side is it's a consistency.
Yeah, exactly. But they pay what, like $30?
No, we were getting $100 a car.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and
how many cars?
I mean, it was a smaller dealership. It was an Infinity dealership.
Okay.
But their used car department wasn't that big, so we'd probably go touch like between 25 and 35 a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then again, but that was great for especially bringing on a new employee. It's like, if it's not perfect, they're still happy. It's still good. It's still good.
Yeah.
And it was just consistency. So that was a really good way to actually approach new employees.
I mean, when I first started, like 4 months later, I was so slow. Like, oh my God.
What month did you start? Do you remember?
March.
March. Okay. So March, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So it's still summer and it slowed down.
Yeah. It was hard because it wasn't consistent, So there was like 2 weeks that it was dead. And I was, oh my God, what should I do?
What do I do?
I called Jared. Dude, help me out. He called another guy, Marcus, I think. He does like 10 cars per day. And he gave me like 4 cars. Yeah, can you do those cars? Yeah, I can. How much are you gonna pay me? So they will pay you $40. I don't need anything. Keep it. $40 for interior and exterior.
Was it just like
it was like
exterior wash real quick and interior
it was
vacuum?
An express detail.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean,
do you do that anymore?
No.
None at all. Like so your basics, like your cheapest service is
the premium detail, or interior exterior, or interior detail, or exterior detail.
Okay, yeah.
Because I get a lot of calls like, hey, I just need a quick vacuum. No, I don't do that because you won't be happy.
And for me, it's like the cost of gas and all that. It does not make sense. The travel time for a basic, like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So what I do the premium detail, which is the most common, like the most famous package.
Yeah, it's what the majority of people are looking for. Like that's Yep.
And then I have a lot of maintenance clients.
Okay.
Probably like 30 to 35.
Yep.
And then we go every month, and I charge way less, like $150 around that.
Okay.
And then we do their cars once a month.
Gotcha. And on that once a month basis, it's the 150-ish?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But if they hire us for the first time, they pay the full amount.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So we have to charge them the full amount, and then if they agree, we add them to the maintenance list, and then we go every month.
And on You're able to
everyone says
Eurable. Yeah.
Eurable. I think it's you're able because
it's URABLE, exactly. Right? Yeah. So, but with that, then does it auto, like, can you just put it in the schedule?
Yeah.
From a month out, and then will it send them a reminder like 24 hours before? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
All right.
Well, let's try and end it again.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.
We'll see you. Thanks so much, Felipe. I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you so much.
All right.